What's going on, guys? My name is Skill87, and today we're going to be reviewing this fucking silly-ass game, Saints Row the Third for the PlayStation 3. Now, I have not played Saints Row 1 and or 2 because it did not appeal to me. I thought it was just another Grand Theft Auto knockoff, another game trying to be like Grand Theft Auto, a whole open world thing. But people always told me, dude, play the fucking game. It is not Grand Theft Auto. It is like this stupid comical version, and it makes fun of other games and shit. And even though it's an open world, it's kind of, in a sense, the game leads you in the right path. You don't ever get lost. It's like an arcade version of Grand Theft Auto. I was like, whatever and shit. But also, I'm seeing all these trailers for Saints Row 3, and I find out Burt fucking Reynolds is in the game. Burt fucking Reynolds, the legend himself, is in the game. I look at all the trailers, all the banana shit you can do, and I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. I need something different. I've been playing online games and all these other games for a minute. I need a silly game. A silly game. So I went and picked out Saints Row the Third. So, played the game, played it for about 3-4 days straight, beat it, and when I was done, I was just like, wow, that was pretty unexpected. This game is pretty fucking cool. It is different. I'll give it that. I mean, come on. Show me a fucking game where your partner is a pimp that looks like he's the guy from fucking the Boondocks, a pimp named Slipback, but he can't talk, so he has to use a cane to put on his neck, and he's always talking about getting the pussy and shit. Then he has you drugged up. You wake up in a gimp fucking mansion. Your screen's all bananas and shit. And your main character's butt-ass naked. And you gotta take on a plethora of guards with machine guns with a 6-foot purple dildo of destruction. And on your adventures through this gimp mansion, you will free hookers and whores who will then use their own 6-foot purple dildos of destruction. And you will wreak havoc on dudes with guns. And you will do fucking tornado DDTs and RKOs and fucking shining wizards while butt-ass naked on these guards who are shooting at you. The beginning of the game caught me off guard. I'm like, what the shit is this? By the time I was done at the beginning of the game, I'm like, what the fuck game am I playing? You start off with like, you're doing one scene, then you're defending a specific area from a helicopter, and then the next scene you're on a plane and shit, and then you're falling out the plane. It's all good and shit. I'm just gonna go back on the plane while I'm fucking falling, doing some straight Hollywood shit, and it's like, it's silly. It's like your main character has no boundaries. He's the chosen one. He's all like, alright, cool. We have to go hijack this plane in midair being attacked by fucking the military and different gangs. No problem. Let's do it. I'm like, what the shit is this? This guy has no fucking fear. He does anything. It is a funny game. There is no game I've played where you're falling, from the heavens and shit, and you're like, you know what's all good and shit. I'm gonna die anyway. Let me just jump in this tank, take on a plethora of other tanks while falling, and then jump out the tank, jump to the next tank, kill some people midair, talk shit, and then survive. And then you go to the next mission like nothing ever happened. I'm just like, what? So this game is funny. It's silly. It is a comedy approach to what Grand Theft Auto does with its open world game. You are the Saints, and Saints Row the Third, from my understanding, you're on top of the world. You are running the fucking game. You are the most powerful gang around until this fucking organization screws you over. Now you're shit. You gotta start over again. And you have to recruit a bunch of people to join the Saints, each of which have their own crazy background. You got a luchador, a nerdy ass bitch that doesn't know what dick looks like, and she's smart as hell. You got a super masculine guy that looks like Bane from fucking Batman. You got a pimp named Slipback. You got the random token black guy, and you got your hooker and shit. It's crazy. Like the character cast is so diverse and silly, and the voice acting along with it, and the crazy gameplay just makes for an extraordinary fun time. Does this game have its issues? Of course, it's issues. An open world game. Does the game have graphical problems compared to other games? Of course, it actually does. I'm going to get to all that. But is the game fun? And does the game manage to keep you just pulled in and wanting to keep playing, and you forget about the game's issues because the game is just so stupid and silly? What games can have Burt Reynolds, tank battles in the midair, zombies, hookers with giant 6-foot purple dildos? Games, the mini games are fun. This game is nothing but mini games, and they're fun. This game is it's done right. It's stupidity done right. All right. Then the customization is great because it's by THQ, the same motherfuckers who run you WWE, SmackDown versus Raw and shit. And this game, not only does this game load relatively fast for an open world game, the customization is pretty hilarious. Want your guy to look like a gimp? Sure. Want him to look like Superman? Sure. You want to make him fucking blue skinned and with a child like rapist like bunny hat and shit? You can do that. It's silly. And then you hijack cars in other games. Nah, instead of like going up to a car, pointing your gun out, get out the car and shit, it's all good. I'm gonna defy the laws of physics and drop kick you out your fucking car and take your car and shit. What the fuck? I play this game and all I do is laugh at the stupidity. I'm like, this game is so fucking stupid. It's great. So, Saints Row is a story of your main character trying to, his fucking gang gets, fucked by an evil organization of whatever, and you basically go start over again, and at the end of the game, you will either, take over, or make yourselves look good again. I got both endings, and trust me, like, both the endings are fucking funny as shit. So yeah, let's get down to the review of the game. The graphics. The graphics suck. There's no questioning it. There's no giving excuses. This open world is not big enough, like Grand Theft Auto or Skyrim or Fallout, where they have excuses to not have the graphics to be as on point as other games. Even Grand Theft Auto 4, granted I hated that game. That world was huge, and the characters did look, smooth and shit. This game has a really cartoony look to it, a really cartoony, silly look to it. But then it's like nothing has detail on it. There's no detail whatsoever on the character models, anything. The lip movement's a little off. So the graphics they're not that good. And don't expect nothing from the graphics. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it. The frame rate be dipping and shit, skipping. Sometimes the game would freeze for like 5 seconds in the middle of a fucking gunfight. I'm like, oh my god. And this game installs too. I'm like, wow. So the graphics don't get the passive score from me. The soundtrack sucked too. I couldn't believe it. The guns don't sound cool at all. Not even from an open world standpoint. The voice acting is good though. The way the gun sounds, not gun sounds, excuse me, the soundtrack, and when you're in a car, of course you got your plethora of music to choose from. Most of those songs suck. You have a Kanye West song, a couple of dubstep songs here and there, but every other song sucks. Like the soundtrack to the game could have been much better. It's not like, it's just, they didn't put no actual time into it, I feel. Even, and the gun sound effects sound like, most like guns sound the same. Controls, another fucking problem I have with the game. Sometimes the controls aren't responsive, and you swear to God, you tell, like, yo, you're pressing the reload button, your man's like, nah, I'm not reloading, fuck you and shit. But, controls and sometimes feel unresponsive, they don't work. You press a button, like, it doesn't fucking respond. And, the weapon wheels, you have to hold circle, I think, to switch weapons. And you have to also hold circle with the D-pad to fucking, change your equipment. So you're in the middle of a fight, switching weapons is a hassle in the middle of a fight. It's retarded. So you might as well just upgrade one gun so the opponent has a lot of ammo and a large clip and extra ammunition just so you don't have to worry about switching weapons in the middle of a fight. It's so stupid. Like, so far, graphics, sound could have been better. Controls could have been better. So what's good about the game? The missions, the gameplay, the driving, and the silliness make up for this. I'm not saying I carried the game. I had to, mention what was wrong with the game, but the game itself is fun. It's fun to the point where even though the controls are frustrating, you deal with them. The sound effects can be ignored. The graphics, I didn't expect nothing from THQ anyway. It's THQ. The SmackDown vs. Raw games never looked that good anyway. So I was like, I don't expect nothing from THQ like that. So the gameplay made up for it. You're going to do some silly ass shit in this game. Really silly shit. Just think about it. Just think Grand Theft Auto, but shit you would only see on TV. Like, just really stupid, out of the ordinary shit. It's great. It is fun. It is just so good. The online, I like the online. You got the campaign co-op, where you actually literally play the entire campaign co-op. Like the guy's just there with you. It's like the campaign changes. No, you actually play the campaign and your man is with you right there. Nothing changes. He literally gets to enjoy the entire fucking game with you. Doesn't even lag. And then you got the Saints Row's take on a horde mode. You're taking on waves of enemies and shit. I'm not going to really get into that. I didn't like it to the point where I would play it for more than like 15, 20 minutes because I don't like shit like that. I don't like playing, wave after wave of enemies. Gears of War does it right. Red Faction, Armageddon did it right. But a couple of games do it right, but a lot of games don't do it right. Saints Row kind of just tacked it on. And it's called Horde mode, like, W-H-O-R-E-D, like Horde. Like Horde, but it's so silly and stupid. But that aside, the campaign co-op is great. And this game is just, listen, if you need a game that you don't want to take seriously, you just want to play it, get a good laugh out of it, you're not expecting too much out of it, this is it. Saints Row the Third is definitely a very silly take on an open world gang game. Like, your main character thinks he's Jesus in the sky. He's all like, fucking flying fortress, helicopters everywhere, tanks everywhere, no problem. Let's do this. You're gonna have the control in your hand like, you know, the eyebrows. I did the eyebrows so many fucking times. I was just like, Okay, Superman. It's all good and shit. Let me just get out this helicopter. Pop my parachute out in the middle of a gunfight. Take out like 50 soldiers. Jump in a car. Run over a bunch of pedestrians. Get points for doing stupid shit like that. Jump in another tank. Take out other tanks. I got gangs, zombies, and the police coming at me. Don't ask me where the zombies fucking came from. It's just like this game at several points makes no sense. It's great. And then when you finally meet Burt Reynolds, you're just gonna be like, Burt fucking Reynolds? I was like, yes, yes, yes. Like this game is complete. I gotta give the game a fair score though, because the game does have its issues. Like I said, graphics suck, sound effects and soundtrack could have been better, and the controls tend to be unresponsive at times. I'm gonna give this game an 8 out of 10 because the fun factor of the game carries it. The co-op is actually pretty damn slick. So yeah, definitely. 8 out of 10. This game features online little tricks that you can do. You can download other skins off, from different people online. You can go to your official website, download different skins. So the customization in this game is actually pretty damn strong. And you're gonna have fun with it. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you it's the greatest game around. I'm gonna tell you it's a good game that's well deserving 8 out of 10. As far as it being $60, maybe not, because I beat the game relatively quickly. I zoomed through it, and relatively short. It took me under 20 hours to beat it. So this might be an excellent rent for you. If not, if you're really into the open world thing, you like customizing cars, characters, custom soundtracks, shit like that, this might be the game for you. So yeah, 8 out of 10. Thank you for watching my review of Saints Row the 3rd for PlayStation 3. Catch you guys next video. Peace.